Last time on Creation Works' presentation of Jonathan Park and the showdown at Twin Bridges.
Get along! Twin Bridges is a beautiful place.
I'm so glad that you guys could come out. What's the use in running a dude ranch if you can't have friends out every once in a while?
Jonathan, I challenge you to a gun-slinging contest.
They use blanks, not bullets.
Ready? Ready. Draw!
Jonathan, you did it!
I don't believe it!
Gentlemen, Jonathan Park is beat out Dylan Buchanan.
Dylan, nice fight!
You cheated, Jonathan Park!
What was that?
Sounded like a bear.
It's just a tape player.
I'm sorry, Dr. Park. We were just trying to scare Jonathan.
I'm not so sure I like riding a horse named Fireball. Well, how about this one? I've already got him saddled up. Well, he is smaller. I'll give him a try.
What's Fireball still doing here?
What do you mean?
You didn't send him out on Comet, did you?
Well...
Dylan, you know that horse is hardly broken yet.
Jonathan, how are you doing back there?
He keeps on acting like he wants to come up on his hind legs.
Are you pulling back on his reins too much?
Whoa!
Jesse, look up ahead!
There's a major drop-off!
Jonathan, pull him around!
Stop going! Whoa! I can't! He's going straight for the cliff!
Jesse, do something!
And now, part 2 of Creation Works' presentation of Jonathan Park and the showdown at Twin Bridges.
Jesse, help! My horse is heading right for the cliff!
Whoa! Let's calm down, Comet. Just a little further.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to reach his reins. Yes!
You got him!
It's okay, boys. Whoa! That's right. Let's just settle down here.
You did it!
Quick, Jonathan, slip off.
I got off just in time. This horse is nuts!
Jonathan, grab the reins and help me get him under control. Jonathan! Are you okay?
We're trying to get this demon horse to settle down!
Comet, it's okay.
Jonathan, what's going on?
Oh, Bonnie, I was just a little nervous that we were getting so close to that cliff.
Comet, it's okay. Jonathan, hold my horse's reins while I take off Comet's saddle.
So why is this horse acting so crazy?
I think he'll calm down now that I've got his saddle off. Guys, I hate to say this, but Comet isn't fully broken yet.
Broken? I don't think he's broken at all. As a matter of fact, everything seems to be working a little too well.
No, I mean my dad hasn't finished training him to take a rider yet.
So why Dylan let Jonathan ride him?
I'm not sure, but I'm afraid it was some sort of awful joke. Believe me, he's gonna be in serious trouble when my dad finds out.
Ha! Jonathan! Over here!
Hello, Mr. Buchanan.
Welcome to the round pen.
What's the round pen?
This is where we train horses.
Hey, isn't that Comet?
Yes, it is. Ha!
Hey, me and that horse go way back. As a matter of fact, we went so far back, we almost went off the cliff.
Jonathan, I want you to know that Dylan's already being punished for what he did. As a matter of fact, he's doing extra duty for the rest of the week. He's cleaning the barn right now.
My mom says this is a good chance for me to practice returning good for evil. At this morning's devotional, she had me memorize 1 Peter 3, 8, and 9.
What's it say?
Finally, be ye all of one mind, having compassion one of another. Love as brethren, be tender-hearted, be courteous. Not rendering evil for evil or railing for railing, but contrariwise blessing, knowing that ye are thereunto called, and that ye should inherit a blessing.
That's an excellent verse. Jonathan, I'm going to make sure Dylan understands the difference between right and wrong. I'm sorry for the way he's been treating you.
Hey, guys.
Hello, Kendall.
Hey, what are you two cowpokes doing out here? So, this is the horse that took you for a ride, eh, Jonathan?
Yes, sir.
He's beautiful, isn't he?
Sure is. It makes you praise the Creator for his wonderful ability to design such an animal. It's too bad that most people believe that the horse was an accident.
An accident?
Yep. Most folk believe that random chance evolution is what made the horse.
And there isn't even any evidence for that.
Actually, Jonathan, the horse is supposed to be one of the best proofs of evolution ever.
Really?
As a matter of fact, there's hardly an evolutionary textbook out there that doesn't show a chart on horse evolution.
What kind of chart?
Well, Jonathan, this chart shows the first ancestor of the horse changing through many stages into modern horses. Although they usually depict many in-between stages, there are supposedly 3 major ancestors. On the left, there's a little animal with 3 toes on its hind legs and 4 toes on its front. This little creature is known as Eohippus. And next there's a horse that's about 50% larger, and he has 3 toes on all 4s. And then finally, on the right of the chart, there's a picture of a modern-day horse with its single hoof.
Bet they haven't found any fossils to support their little chart.
Well, they have found a lot of actual fossils that they claim to prove horse evolution.
They have, Dad?
Yes, and that's what fools so many people. When they see these charts and hear about the fossils, they begin to believe that evolution must be true.
So what's the catch?
Well, Buck, the horse chart shows that little creature Eohippus evolving from small animal to modern horse. If this were true, we should find fossils from the older horse further down in the rock layers, and the newest horses toward the top.
But they're out of order.
Even worse. Instead, to line the fossils up in the order of the chart, they've pulled different fossils from many different locations. Then artists have made up drawings to fill in the gaps.
What about the fossil find in Nebraska?
That's right. They've actually found the fossils of the supposed early ancestors of horse in the same layers with modern horses. They should be separated by millions of years of rock layers, but they're in the same layer. That tells me that the evolutionary story isn't true.
So there really was an animal called Eohippus?
That's right, Jonathan, and it was found by Richard Owen, the man who also invented the word dinosaur. Now, when he found the Eohippus, he actually gave it the name Hyracotherium. He named it that because he was convinced that it was very similar to a modern-day Hyrax.
Hyrax? Dad, you're speaking that science language again.
Well, a Hyrax is like a rock badger. And as it turns out, the fossils of the Eohippus are very similar to a modern-day rock badger. But according to some evolutionists, this creature was the ancestor of the horse, the elephant, and the sea cow.
Oh, you've got to be kidding.
No, Richard Owen was convinced that Eohippus wasn't a horse ancestor at all, just a rock badger, and I think I agree.
But Dad, what about the fossils that show horses with 3 toes?
Jonathan, did you know that there have been modern horses that have 3 equal-sized toes?
I've heard of that. Right here in America.
Also, modern horses can be very different from each other. Some horses alive today have 17 ribs, others have 18 or 19.
They can be different sizes, too. Why, an English Shire can be up to 6.5 feet tall.
That's right.
Then there's the little Falabella, who's about 16 inches tall.
You see, if you start with the assumption that evolution is true, and you take fossils from rock badgers, 3-footed horses, and a variety of modern horses, and then you throw in a few artists' conceptions, it's very easy to come up with a chart that shows the evolution of the horse.
And you said that this was one of the strongest so-called proofs of evolution?
Exactly. The horse evolution chart is one of the best they've got. It just shows how hard they're trying to prove evolution.
Well, Kendall, you sure know a lot about horses for a guy that can't even get up on the saddle by himself.
Hey, I'm a paleontologist. I'm much better with them dead and buried. Hey, Jonathan, your mom asked me to get a crate of lemons so they could make lemonade for tonight. Can you bring them with you on your way back to the house?
We've got a crate in the barn, against the wall where we hang the tools. Do you think you can find them?
No problem. I'll see you guys inside.
Okay.
Hello?
Oh, hey Dylan.
Oh, what's up, Jonathan?
Well, my dad sent me down here to grab a crate of lemons. So, you cleaning the barn?
Yeah, I guess my dad was pretty mad.
Well, that really was some ride.
Yeah, you look like a ragdoll flopping around on that horse.
Dylan, I could have been seriously hurt.
Jonathan, I shouldn't have been so mean to you. I guess I was acting the way I was because I've never lost a gunslinging contest before. I think it just really got the best of me.
Dylan, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, you might have had a bad day or something.
Or is it because you really are faster? I guess we'll never know. Wait.
What?
Oh, never mind.
Go ahead.
Well, Jonathan, this is probably a bad idea, but what if we had a rematch?
A rematch? Dylan, I don't think that's really good.
Yeah, you're right. I guess I just really wanted to know if you won because you were faster. If you beat me twice, then I could really face the fact that you're the best. But I guess not knowing is what's driving me nuts.
All right, Dylan. I guess we could have a rematch.
Really? There's an old abandoned railroad bridge that stretches across the canyon just over that way. Did you see it from the car as we were coming back from Virginia City?
You want to do it there?
Yeah, it's perfect. Since the train quit running, we can count paces right on the bridge.
That old trestle bridge is way above the river.
You aren't chicken, are ya?
All right, I'll do it. But for now, I better get these lemons back to the house. When are we going to do it?
Tomorrow, after breakfast. I have to gather the eggs from the coop. Then I'll meet you down at the train trestles at 9:30.
Okay, tomorrow at 9:30, I'll be ready to sling with my bonnet on my head.
Well, that was easier than I thought.
Oh, what a beautiful night.
Ah, yes, Martha. It's awesome, isn't it? When we don't have guests, we often like to come out here on the front porch after dinner like this.
Sarah, this lemonade is the best.
Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you for helping me with it.
Yeah, you're welcome. Pleasure.
Well, it's just too bad that Dylan's doing the dishes. He likes this too.
How are you doing, Katie?
Huh? Oh, I'm doing fine. I was just listening to all those crickets. It's so quiet.
Hey, look, here comes the moon.
Where? What was that?
It was a bat.
A bat?
Cool.
And we're fortunate they're here.
Why's that?
Well, these are little brown bats, and they keep the mosquitoes away. They can get pretty bad up here in Twin Bridges.
But the bats eat the mosquitoes and keep them down. As a matter of fact, they can eat up to half their weight in mosquitoes in one night.
Wow. Well, there goes another one.
How do they see mosquitoes at night like this?
Well, they use echolocation.
What's that?
Well, it's like bat sonar.
Yeah, they use sound waves like radar.
Exactly. God made these little bats with a special organ in their throat that makes a really high-pitched sound.
But I can't hear anything.
Well, that's because the sound they're making is so high-pitched that it's above the human hearing range. Anyway, see that bat right there? Right now, a very high-pitched sound is coming out of his mouth. Now watch.
He swooped down for a mosquito.
How did he know where it was?
I'm not sure.
It's because the sound he was making bounced off the little mosquito and then traveled back to the bat's ears. You see, his ears are so sensitive that just by listening to that bouncing sound, he can tell where an insect is, how fast it's traveling, and what size it is.
Oh, that's incredible, Bonnie.
To me, that's great testimony to God's creative design. I mean, think about how wonderful that little bat brain has to be. It has to analyze all that information coming back from that bouncing sound wave. And it does it all in a split second.
Well, isn't it true that if there's a bunch of bats all together, that they have the ability to recognize their own sound?
That's true, Mrs. Park. A bat's brain is so sophisticated that it can hear many sounds at once and sort out only the one it needs. It's really quite impressive.
Hey, I see a problem for evolution in all of this.
What's that, Jim?
If a bat evolved just gradually, one part at a time, he would starve before this complicated system was fully working. So the bat had to be created instead of evolving slowly from something else.
You are so right, Jim. As a matter of fact, we found some bat fossils in the fossil record. And guess what? These fossils that are supposedly 50 million years old look essentially the same as modern-day bats. There hasn't been any evolutionary change. These fossil bats also had the very same echolocation system. And that's excellent proof that they were created by God to be exactly like they are.
Here, Sarah, let us help you with those.
Thanks.
Well, men, what about one last ride in the morning before you head out?
I don't know if that's a great
Jesse, you girls are going for a last ride too, aren't you?
Yep. So you're meeting Dylan?
Yeah, he wanted to challenge me to another gunslinging contest.
Really? Where?
We're meeting at 9:30 at the old railroad bridge that crosses the canyon.
Do you think it's safe?
Well, sure. Dylan says that old railroad bridge hasn't been used in years. And we're just gonna use blanks like before.
Jonathan Park, I don't like this whole idea. There is something strange about this.
Jesse, this is my chance to make friends with Dylan.
Okay, but you be safe. Someone could be seriously hurt.
Kendall, just when you guys are leaving, you're finally getting the hang of riding Old Blue.
Well, Blue, are you gonna miss me?
I'm sure gonna miss Twin Bridges. This place is gorgeous.
No kidding. Look at those fluffy white clouds hanging over the hills.
Yeah, those clouds up there are providing us with clean water.
You mean the way that water evaporates?
Just think about how amazing it is, too. The sun's energy causes the water in lakes, streams, and oceans to turn into water vapor. As the water floats up, it leaves all the pollution and impurities